The second type of individuation occurs when the narcissist seeks to individuate from you. You represent his mother. You represent the archetypal, historical version of his mother re-embodied in you. He doesn't see you for who you are. All he sees is a mother figure, and that is reenacted through all of your unique characteristics, personality, identity, etc. And although he might love those aspects of you, he's actually terribly envious of you because he wishes to have all of those things for himself and hone in on those to usurp them and make them his. Which is why it seems in the love bombing phase that he is your soulmate, because what he does is he makes a carbon copy of your information in his brain, which he stores in his data storage capacity. He's an excellent data collector. So he'll ask you lots of questions about you, not because he's interested about you or curious to get to know you. He asks you a lot of questions to do some investigation work to understand how to play you. Once you've given up all your information about who you are and he gets to know you as a person, he then projects himself, or a reverse Uno projection, as your carbon copy. You then begin to believe that this man is actually your soulmate. How could he have so much in common with you? It's absolutely bizarre. It's otherworldly. It's soulmate connection. And thus the lies perpetuate yourself so that you open up your heart and, give yourself away to this man. So once the narcissist makes himself a carbon copy of you to dupe you, he is a dupe of you, by the way, he's going to then devalue you in order to discard you. And this is because he longs to reject you so that he can break up and grow away and apart from mother. He seeks to develop outside of the mother-son relationship, but he wasn't allowed to do this as a young child because his development was arrested the instant the trauma happened. This is tragic, absolutely diabolical, and it's heartbreaking. For people who have empathy, we actually feel sorry for these people, although we've suffered at their hands. What is important, though, is to separate that empathy that you feel for them and the drive to want to help them, assist them, and make them whole. You cannot do that. You cannot save the narcissist. No matter how much you give or sacrifice or, share of yourself to build him, he's never going to be built because he is a black hole of a human being. And anything that you give him will get lost in the vortex that is inside his chest, which is not a real person. You could just imagine a robot in human flesh. It's mind-boggling, it's jarring, it is absolutely horrific, terrifying, and horrifying. We can't imagine the amount of terror unless you've actually been through it. You don't know how terrifying this is. To believe that someone who loved you or loves you didn't love you at all is a mind game and a mind fudge that very few can get over, and hopefully my videos can help you. But what's important to understand is that this man never really loved you or anyone. He never even loved his mother. He does not even love himself. The bottom line is he's incapable of love. Because he's incapable of love for himself or for anyone, it is impossible for his I love yous to have meant anything. Once you can get over this hurdle, it'll make healing much, much easier going forward. Now, when he, of course, tries to individuate from you, he is reliving the trauma from his mother, the trauma from, trying to break away and become an individual man from her and move on and progress through the stages of life, adolescence, from childhood to adolescence to teenagehood to young adult into adulthood. He did not go through this. This is why he is stunted and arrested in his development. He wants to go through this. So he'll keep outliving the same cycles with every woman that he meets, trying to grow up. He's trying to grow up. He's trying to individuate. And of course, he was once unified with his mom. And then, of course, once he was given birth to, he grew up at a certain point that the trauma occurred. And then he could not grow up further. This is what he's going to try to do with every single woman that he meets. We love to think, and our ego will not let us believe, that he does not see us as different from any other woman. We could be the most amazing woman on earth. We could try to do everything to please him, try to cater to his every whim, which is actually what every woman in a narcissistic relationship does. We're no different, because he will corrupt you to the point where you're so hijacked And there's such a hostile takeover of your internal processes and programs that you will no longer see yourself as yourself, and you'll become mere puppet of him. He will colonize you, infantilize you, mother you as well. And this is where the dual mothership model comes in from Sam Vaknin, where there's a cyclical fashion in which he mothers you, you mother him in this toxic, dance. And you, of course, seek to do everything that you can, so you become codependent, even if previously you were a secure attachment person. He will break you down to the point where you will become codependent, because the relationship will not be able to function unless he makes you completely crazy and subservient to him and his every whim and will. So this is bringing me to my next video, which is how to individuate from the narcissist. Please catch me on part 3 for this video. Assalamu alaikum and goodbye.